Hello everybody, welcome to Coco's Crochet. I'm Nitsa. Today is Boxing Day, the day after Christmas, so it's the 26th of December 2024. All our Christmas celebrations are pretty much done, and I hope you all had a wonderful time with your family and friends. We certainly did. Got up to quite a bit of eating, especially the sweets. I can never say no to those. But now is a very important day because I'm so excited to bring you, I think, what will be the last cow for 2024. So the hashtag Made in Australia Cow 2025, as the name refers, it will tip into 2025. So what's so exciting about this cow? First of all, I'm collaborating with 5 other amazing YouTubers. I will name them and put their YouTube channels in the description box below for you to go and visit them. But I'm pretty sure most of you already do hang out with them. If not, you really need to. They are amazing. So we came up with this brilliant idea to collaborate on an Australian themed cow. What does that mean? It means that we have been so lucky to live in such a wonderful country, and the inspiration all around us is where we're going to draw from to create a project for this cow. So today's the introduction and the invitation to all of you to join us. I will talk a little bit about things that have inspired me that might inspire you. But you know, pretty much I say Australia is your oyster. There is so much to choose from. And the wonderful thing is that we are dispersed around, like across Australia, I think around 3 states. So we live in 3 states, the 6 of us, New South Wales, Victoria and Queensland from memory. So we don't all live in the same place, but Australia is our home. I know a lot of you have visited Australia as well, our international friends, and some aspire to maybe come and visit. And if you do, please come and check us out. We would love to hang out with you in real life. I certainly would. So as you can see, I'm very, very excited. I need to gather my thoughts. I have made some notes and I do have my clipboard with me because I really need to focus. But just a little bit of background. Steve and I made a conscious effort about 15 years ago to make sure that we were tourists in our own city and also in New South Wales, and then extend that to tourists in our own country. So we have done quite a bit of traveling, but we still have some ways to go yet, and I will talk about that later. But let me talk to you about the wonderful, wonderful YouTubers that are joining in this cow, and I'm so very blessed to call them friends. And this will just be another way of us collaborating together and inviting you into the community, because this is a global yarny community, and I cannot wait for us to do this together. So I hope many of you join in. So there's I've got my little list here because I don't want to get the YouTube channels wrong. So we have obviously myself at Coco's Crochet, and then there's Lee at Skein Spider, Lisa Knits at Vlogs at Lisa Knits. Then we have Jill at Gum Leaf Crochet and Yarn. That's a mouthful, Jill. And then we have Jenny in My Spare Time Crochet, and Judy at Witch Piece Craft. So these are all yarny friends that, you know, have been so lovely to say yes to an idea that I had. And you know, I don't want to take credit for it because without them it wouldn't have come into fruition. But what we've done is that we've sat down and we said, okay, some of us will be crocheting, some of us will be knitting, because we do have bi-stitchal friends, so you're invited to do the same. Either or is very welcome. Some are actually putting tutorials for the makes that they're creating, and some of us, or all of us, will come and do a reveal video on Australia Day, which is January the 26th, 2025. So all of you that join in, please have your photos to us by around the 23rd of January 2025, being mindful of our huge time difference, so we can add those photos and showcase them on that reveal video. Now, as I said, Steve and I have been very fortunate to be able to travel, you know, interstate, and also like just in our own city, Sydney, Australia. You know how passionate I am about living here. I love our home so much. My children, 2 of them, actually worked at Bridge Climb, so Sydney Harbour Bridge, which is iconic. I would say most of you know the Sydney Harbour Bridge. And Steve being a Queenslander, we travelled to Queensland quite a bit when the children were younger. So we'd stay in the Gold Coast because that's where all the theme parks are. or the ones that the children wanted to go to. And then we would travel by car to Brisbane, which isn't very far, which is where all of Steve's family is. So we had the luxury of having a holiday that was jam-packed with fun and adventure, but also catching up with family. And Steve and his son did go to Cairns and had a very nice stay there as well. I'm yet to stay there. It was just a stopover for me when I went to Hawaii, actually. So that's Queensland covered, because we've traveled quite a bit, as I said, but we still have a few places to go. And then in Victoria, oh my gosh, my children have visited Melbourne so many times with their friends, and they absolutely love it. What I love the most about visiting Victoria, and we have been there a few times, was doing the Great Ocean Road. Now, I've got, wait till you see my scrapbooks, guys, and I'm not going to show you every photo, but this was when we travelled. The top one is Victoria and the bottom one is South Australia, when we went and we did a tour of both the states, but we also drove the Great Ocean Road. Now, that is an amazing part of Australia, and I highly recommend, if you visit Australia or if you're a local and you haven't, sorry my chair, if you haven't already done so, go and visit the Great Ocean Road. Many of the amazing natural wonders are crumbling, unfortunately. The 12 apostles, for example, when we went, were down to 9. So I'm hoping they're still there, but I have to show you this, guys. So let me show you this. This was the start of it, pretty much. This is so heavy. Look at that. Look at the beauty of the landscapes, the water. So, so pretty. And that's just the start of it. There's also like the grotto and London Bridge. Let me see if I can just show you some of those. Razorback. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm not going to show you all, but let me just show you these. I'm just so in love. Now, I love scrapbooking, and it is something that I've done for a very long time, but I haven't really done much lately, and this is inspiring me to get back to it, because I still have Tasmania to do the scrapbook. And then I'll just show you one more. Like, I just love this. Let me see, will I get London? Oh, wow, here it is, London Bridge and the grotto, and then that's it, okay? Look at that, guys. Oh my gosh, this is a beautiful, beautiful part of our country, and I would hate to think that some of us missed out on seeing all of its beauty. And then, of course, we traveled to South Australia. Over there are so many beautiful places to go. It's not a huge place, but I also have a friend there that I met about 40 years ago, so I got to visit her and her brother and their families. And we do keep in touch. But also, they've got the beautiful vineyards. So let me show you. And they've got other places to visit too. But they're very, oh my gosh. Wait till you see how beautiful these are. This is so heavy, guys. Okay. So this wasn't going to be a show and tell video of our, what have I tagged here for you, of my scrapbooks. But, oh my gosh, look at this. I have to show you some of the landscape in South Australia as well. So as it's the same stretch, of the country, that side, it is very, very similar. When you're traveling there, you do see the same sort of fauna and, quite beautiful landscapes. But you know what? It's just amazing to do that drive and all the little country towns in between. But like I said, this is not a travel video, but I'm just letting you know how much we love living in this country and how we, are so excited that we are able to be tourists in our own country. So we've done New South Wales, Queensland, Victoria, South Australia, and then Tasmania, as I touched on earlier. That is going to be an amazing scrapbook too. Places like Launceston and Hobart. I'm pretty sure Hobart is the capital. We stayed in both cities, so we did the east side. We haven't done the west side yet. I think that's more mountainous, but we did go do like Bruny Island. So there is so much, guys, and that's another area of inspiration for us, just seeing all of that amazing nature, and of course man-made amazing things as well. Now we still have to visit and explore Western Australia and the Northern Territory. So we're nearly there, guys. I'm so happy to say that. So they're going to be future holiday destinations for us. So I've got a list here of a few things that you might want to look up for inspiration that are quite unique to Australia. So for example, our flora, so our plants and flowers. We've got the waratahs, the bottlebrush, wattle trees, banksia, eucalyptus, Our friends over here love the eucalyptus leaves. That's the gum leaf, right, guys? I'm pretty sure I got it right. Jill can tell us that for sure. And then we have the kangaroo paw, a stunning, it looks like that, like a stunning, gorgeous orange flower. Very unique looking flower. You must look that up. And then we have our fauna, our animals. Again, very, very unique to Australia. So we have the platypus. Here's Pearl. Lee from Skein Spider actually is the creator of that one. She made the tutorial. Thank you, Lee. I absolutely love making her. And then we have, of course, our koalas, our beautiful, a lot of people, even myself, refer to them sometimes as koala bears, but I don't think they are a bear. So that's something to think about. We've got kangaroos, of course, emus, wombats, the Tasmanian devil, kookaburras, dingoes, and echidnas. And my goodness, are echidnas so cute? Absolutely. So I just love them. Even though they're a bit prickly, they are adorable. And then we have to talk about, of course, our beach culture. Our most famous beach here in New South Wales, Sydney, is Bondi Beach. People flock to that, especially the tourists. So what happens is all of the locals go to other beaches generally, unless you live in the area, of course. So I remember growing up as a child that pretty much every weekend in the summer period, our families would trek off to the local beach and we would stay there all day. So you were swimming, there was surfing, barbecues were happening. So our beach culture, like our love for the beach and the outdoors, is very evident in summer here. But then again in winter, we take strolls along the beach. And we actually have, I'm pretty sure this is a correct statistic, 60,000 kilometers of coastline. That's an awful lot of beaches. And the sand obviously varies in color from that beautiful white to the yellow to the red, depending what part, you know, of the coastline you're at. Absolutely stunning. I love that. And then also we have, let me grab my glasses because my writing is tiny. So building sandcastles and, you know, all your little play buckets and things like that. That might be a bit of inspiration for you. And the other thing too is our love of water then extends into backyard pools, and we need to make sure that, you know, our children have water safety. So I'd say 9 out of 10 children attend swim school here as well. So, you know, that's our whole beach and water culture. Absolutely love that. And then we have some beautiful natural landmarks that you can look at, like the ones that I showed you in my scrapbooks. So we have the Great Ocean Road, of course. Absolutely love that. I was so surprised that I enjoyed that holiday as much as I did. Then we have the Three Sisters. They're in Katoomba, here in New South Wales as well. The Flinders Ranges, they're in South Australia. The Great Barrier Reef in Queensland. That's a must-see. Kakadu National Park, that's in the Northern Territory. Then we have Cataract Gorge Reserve in Tasmania. We visited that as well. And then the Bungle Ranges in Western Australia. So they're just some that might inspire you. They're just so beautiful. And then, of course, we have other landmarks like the Opera House and, of course, the Harbour Bridge. You know, I'm a Sydney girl, so I had to mention them. And another thing that I don't know if it's unique to Australia, of course it's not, but because of all our coastlines, the lighthouses. I love lighthouses, and many of those photos in there are like filled with me hugging a lighthouse. I truly believe it re-energizes me. So I think maybe I'll put lighthouses in there as inspiration as well. And then of course there is the food. Many of you have tried Vegemite. I can't say that all of you enjoy it, but if you learn to eat it the right way, you will. So here's a little tip. Get your bread or cracker, smear it with some butter, and then smear it with some Vegemite. Don't eat it out of the jar with a spoon. You're going to hate it, guys. But Vegemite is delicious, and you can also use it in your stocks for gravy and cooking. Just a little tip. And then we have lamingtons. And of course, meat pies, Tim Tams, pavlova, the New Zealanders might argue, but we're claiming it. Anzac biscuits, and of course, fairy bread. Now you can look all these up if you don't know them. They are delicious and very pretty to look at. And then of course we have zoos. So you might want to take inspiration from our zoos. Our local zoo is Taronga Zoo in Mossman. I think that's the area there. Absolutely gorgeous. Then there is Australia Zoo, which I'm yet to go, which is up north in the Sunshine Coast. So that is north of Brisbane in Queensland. We haven't made it that far yet. but I do know that our friend Fran lived very close to there. And then, you know, every state has its own zoo. So that's another area you can take inspiration from. And the Aussies love their sport. We all know that. They love all sport, international sport as well. The Olympics go off here. But we also have some Aussie sports that are unique to us. I'd say the football or the rugby league and the AFL. So you can take inspiration from your favourite team's colour. That would be a good one. And then, of course, to draw inspiration for more colour. So if you want to make any type of project, you can draw inspiration from the outback colours, the beaches, the national parks, the flora and the fauna. And of course, I was just thinking at the very end before I came on to share that with you, that we have amazing artists like musicians, actors and actresses, and actual artists that paint in Australia, and you can look up some of their amazing work and maybe be inspired by those colors as well. So that's pretty much it, guys. I can talk on and on for so long about what inspires me to draw, you know, to make something, and that's going to be my dilemma, focusing on one thing. So far I've switched between two, possibly three, but I need to make a decision because we have 1 month, exactly 1 month to complete our project, which is absolutely awesome. So it is quite relaxed, but I think the hardest part will be deciding on what to make because, you know, the list is endless. And like I said, the reveal will be Australia Day, January 26, 2025. So I hope I've given you all some food for thought. Thank you for indulging me once again and, you know, letting me share some photos from the scrapbook. I just love scrapbooking. I really need to get back to that. But right now it's all about the crochet for me, so I need to settle on a project. I hope you're all keeping very, very well. I know that I'll be seeing you before the new year, but until then, stay safe and take care, and I shall see you, I'm not sure, but very soon. Bye-bye, everybody.